This story takes us to Australia on the 9th of September, 2015. In Queensland lived a 24-year-old woman named Tara Brown. Although she was born in Hamilton, New Zealand, her family had moved shortly after her birth, settling on the Gold Coast to build a new life. Tara was known as a kind, sweet-natured person with a carefree spirit. She was surrounded by many friends and maintained a very close relationship with her family. Beyond her warm personality, Tara was also intelligent and a gifted athlete. Her skills in touch football were so exceptional, they elevated her to the representative level. With a loving family and a strong network of friends supporting her, her future looked incredibly bright. But in 2011, that began to change. Tara started to grow more distant, preoccupied, and withdrawn. Her friends grew concerned and started asking where she'd been, only to learn that Tara had started seeing someone. His name was Lionel Patia, and he wasn't a complete stranger. Their paths had crossed years earlier when they attended the same high school, where Lionel was already gaining a reputation as a promising rugby league player, while they were only casual acquaintances during their school days. A fateful weekend in 2011 seemed to ignite a much deeper bond between them. What came next was a whirlwind romance. In just a matter of months, their relationship accelerated at an incredible dot. A mere 3 months into dating, Tara confided in her mother, Natalie, revealing that she was pregnant with Lionel's child. Being only 20 years old, Tara was understandably conflicted about the pregnancy, but her mother reassured her, promising her full support regardless of her choice. Tara made the decision to have the baby. She felt completely confident she could raise the child alone if it ever came to that, and Lionel had promised her the happy family life she always wanted. But the idyllic future Tara imagined was about to be destroyed when Lionel dropped a bombshell. He confessed that he had become a member of the Bandidos. The Bandidos are among the largest and most infamous outlaw motorcycle clubs in the world. Established in 1966 in Texas, USA, the club has since spread its operations to numerous countries and is widely considered an international criminal organization. Chapters operate in the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, and other nations. Over the decades, the Bandidos have become notorious for their involvement in a host of criminal activities. After immersing himself in this world, Lionel became increasingly violent and controlling. His own brutality propelled him up the ladder, and he eventually became the club's sergeant-at-arms. Lionel's aggression turned towards Tara, and he became exceptionally manipulative. He demanded total control of her life. He methodically cut her off from everyone she cared, which made her completely reliant on him. He treated her more like property than a partner. Lionel controlled her wardrobe, constantly accused her of being unfaithful, and subjected her to unspeakable cruelty. While she was pregnant, he allegedly choked her and even shoved her down a flight of stairs. Lionel also made threats against their dog and Tara's own family. Despite being terrified, Tara found the strength to report his violent behavior to the flying authorities in June of 2012. At that point, she was 22 weeks pregnant, but the couple ultimately reconciled. Tara held onto the hope that having a daughter would end the abuse, but it only made Lionel's aggression worse. He played on her emotions, threatening to take his own life while also menacing her family and friends to ensure his control over every aspect of her life. Lionel then took over Tara's finances, which made leaving him feel like an insurmountable challenge. But on August 30th, 2015, Tara made the decision to leave him for good. The moment she told him, Lionel attacked. He pinned Tara to her bed, pressing a pair of scissors to her throat while threatening to end her life. Tara was left sobbing, convinced she was about to die. The horrific ordeal lasted for 10 to 20 minutes until Lionel's aunt showed up at the house and intervened. After that, Tara went directly to the police station, desperately trying to find a way to break free from Lionel's grasp. With a friend there for support, she provided officers with a collection of disturbing text messages, but was told that, despite her obvious distress, there was very little they could do for her. The police failed to offer any real assistance. Rather than providing a helping hand, they sent her somewhere else, forcing Tara to confront this nightmare by herself. Tara kept her distance from Lionel for her own safety and that of her daughter, while attorneys negotiated their custody agreement. On September 9th, 2015, Tara took her daughter to school. On the drive back, Lionel's Jeep slammed into the side of her car. Terrified, Tara hit the gas to get away. A high-speed chase ensued before Lionel rammed her vehicle again, but this time, the impact sent her car careening down an embankment and crashing into someone's yard. A witness named Lisa Kennedy rushed to the area when she heard the impact. She found Tara trapped in the wreckage and immediately ran over to assist. The woman then noticed Lionel. She assumed he was there to help free Tara from the car, but she was dead wrong. She was conscious, but hopelessly pinned inside the twisted metal of her car. Horrified, the woman could only watch as Lionel grabbed a heavy metal cover from a fire hydrant by the roadside, weighing a full 8 kilograms. He then proceeded to brutally and repeatedly bludgeon Tara in the head with it. A bystander named Lisa Kennedy tried to intervene, but she was no match for Lionel's raw power. His savage blows continued to land on Tara again and again as she lay trapped, crying out for someone to save her. Just moments before being forced off the road, Tara had managed to call 000, the emergency line. She never disconnected the call. As the line remained open, the operator could only listen to the sickening sound of a dozen thuds and Tara's pleas, "Lionel, please stop. Please, help me." During this horrifying assault, a man driving past pulled over to offer his help, but Lionel managed to fight him off too. By the time firefighters got there, Lionel had already fled the scene. Emergency crews worked to extract Tara from the wreckage, and they were utterly appalled by her injuries, which were clearly far more severe than the car crash could have caused. With that piece of metal, Lionel had completely caved in Tara's face, rendering her unrecognizable. Tara was rushed by ambulance to Gold Coast University Hospital, where a specialized trauma team was waiting for her. While the doctors and nurses fought frantically to keep Tara alive, a manhunt for Lionel was underway. He eventually turned himself in at a police station with self-inflicted knife wounds. He was taken to the hospital, where he was listed in stable condition. Lionel was subsequently charged with attempted murder. While Tara's friends and family prayed for a miracle, the investigation soon uncovered that the car crash was no accident. Lionel had deliberately planned the attack. Witnesses had seen him steer his car directly in front of Tara's at an intersection, where he exited his vehicle and began pounding on her car with his fists before ultimately running her off the way. Tragically, Tara's wounds proved to be catastrophic, and she died in the, quote, hospital from extreme brain trauma. The charges against Lionel were officially upgraded from attempted murder to murder. Tara Brown's entire life was her young daughter. Her Instagram account is filled with countless photos of their happy moments together, followed by her last "Carpe diem, seize the day." Friends recalled that she truly lived by that motto before her life was violently ended while trying to escape her high school boyfriend, Lionel Patia. Patia, a former sergeant-at-arms for the Bandidos, was accused of ramming her vehicle off the road and then beating her as she lay trapped inside the wreckage. She was taken off life support overnight. She was gone. She was only 24. Patia was then formally charged with her murder. Lionel Patia had been receiving treatment for self-inflicted stab wounds at the first Gold Coast University Hospital, but he has since been moved to the PA hospital in Brisbane because of safety concerns. Senior investigators from the Ethical Standards Command initiated a separate inquiry following revelations that Tara Brown had recently tried to get a domestic violence order but had been turned away. There are situations where police may not be responding quickly enough, so that matter is being investigated. That day, family members posted, "Rest now in heaven, beautiful girl, always and forever in our hearts." In February of 2017, he entered a guilty plea for the murder of Tara Brown. It's been reported that Lionel remained emotionless in court as Tara's mother read a victim impact statement. When addressing the horrific act he had committed, Lionel stated, "There are no words that can possibly describe how remorseful I am. Nothing I can say can. Bring Tara back. Nothing I can do can get her to return home to us. If there was, I would do it in a heartbeat." It was later revealed that Lionel was also connected to the suspected murder of 37-year-old Greg Dufty, a man who was in debt over illegal drugs. In May of 2018, Lionel admitted to his role in the murder of Greg and was handed a second life sentence. Tara's violent death left a deep and lasting scar on her family and the community at large. Her loved ones were forced to confront a level of grief that no parent, sibling, or anyone should ever have to face. In the wake of Tara's death, vigils and memorial services were held to honor her life. The case ignited a nationwide dialogue about domestic violence and the need for better support for survivors throughout Australia. A foundation was also created in her memory. A link to its website is available in the pinned comments. Domestic violence frequently begins subtly, using manipulative strategies and psychological warfare to systematically break down a victim's confidence and independence. In Tara's situation, Lionel slowly tightened his control over every aspect of her life, isolating her from her support system and monitoring her every action. Becoming ensnared in such a destructive cycle can happen so gradually and quietly, making it